Hey everyone, welcome back for another dividend investing video. The month of May is over, and that means it's time to provide you all with an update on our dividend growth income portfolio. This is an investment account I opened with Fidelity about 8 months ago that I'm sharing publicly here on the channel. I wanted to demonstrate one method of building a stream of growing passive income that anyone can do themselves with consistent cash contributions utilizing a dollar cost average strategy. As the month of May wraps up, let's go over all of the activity in the account. I'm going to show you the stocks and ETFs I purchased, the dividend income I received, the dividend income we are set to receive, and how I plan to take things for the remaining part of 2023. We are almost halfway through the year, and we have lots to cover, so let's get into it. I'm Nick, and this is the Dividend Growth Income channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm not a financial advisor or guru. I'm just a regular guy who wants to share my love of dividend growth investing and building financial independence with passive income. If you could, please do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe to keep up with future videos. This helps us out more than you can imagine with the algorithm, so we can bring you more quality dividend investing content. So this account is now about 8 months old, and I started it with only $100. Every single Wednesday I add cash into the account, and I make weekly purchases. And even though I'm not adding a ton of cash into this account, I'm consistent, and I've not missed a single Wednesday. And in those 8 months, those small weekly infusions of cash has grown to over $8,500. And this is going to be a 5-figure account here in just a few more weeks. Let's bring up my spreadsheet. I'm using this to track the account and have a nice way to display it for you guys. I like to start here in my contributions tab. So every time I add funds into the account every Wednesday, I make a note of it here to track. And you can't manage what you can't measure. So it helps to keep things on track and lets me know where I stand with my contribution goals. My contribution goal for the year 2023 I set at the beginning of the year is to add $10,000 in that time frame. And at this point, we are 56% of the way here. That's $5,600 added in the year 2023, and that's on top of the $2,950 we added in 2022. That's a total of $8,550 of money added since we opened the account last fall, and that's in US dollars. Now, I've been adding $250 every Wednesday exactly throughout this year. And to meet my goal, I could have gotten away with $200, but you never know what'll happen, and I prefer to be a little bit ahead in case something requires me to pull back for a period. And really, I want to smash that goal, but because at this rate, I'll have easily added $1,200 or $1,300 when by the year is over if we keep it at this rate. Now, we had 5 Wednesdays in the month of May, and you'll notice on Thursday, May 4th, I added an additional $100 into the account. Look, it was a situation where SCHD was dropping below that $70 mark, and I wanted to add a little bit extra at that opportunity. Look, I dollar cost average, and that's my preferred way to do this, and I don't try to time things. But the closest thing I'll do to trying to time the market is I'll look for more ways to get extra cash invested when I think things look at an opportune moment. I had an extra $100 and thought, you know what, SCHD is below $70, let's get some more of that. But no matter what, at least $250 every week, whether the markets are up or down. All right, let's move on to my dashboard page. This is where I aim to sum everything about the account up nicely. The idea is to get all the important info in one place. And today the account value is sitting at $8,517.45, and I've invested $8,622.60. And that's $8,550 in cash contributions, plus the dividends and interest we've received since I drip everything in this particular account, dividend reinvestment. So we're sitting at a slight unrealized loss at the moment. The portfolio is down 1.22%, just over $100. And the portfolio yield is at 3.33% right now, and we're set to receive annual income of $284.09. Now, this would be assuming we don't add any more money or make any more purchases or reinvest any of our dividends. I'm quite pleased with the growth of this. It breaks down to $23.67 on average a month. It could also be thought of as $5.46 a week, or 78 cents per day. So this could potentially buy me a coffee at Starbucks once a week almost. Not much yet, but the snowball is beginning. Below, I add my forward income goals, and I try not to focus on this amount too much, like by chasing yield or anything like that. I like that consistent 3 to 3.5% yield in my portfolio. And I try to make these manageable goals, right? Like the ultimate goal for this account is to generate $1,000 a month in dividend income. That's going to take quite a bit of time. But my first goal of $100 in forward income was met back in January. And the next one is $1 a day. And we're almost 78% of the way to that goal. I love being able to track progress in this way. All right, now let's look at the holdings of the account. I have this sortable portfolio page. Lets me sort this however I choose. And I have it sorted alphabetically here by ticker. But my favorite way to look at this is to sort it by weight, Z to A, so we can see the biggest holdings first. Now, when we last checked in at the end of April, my top 3 positions were exactly the same. These 3 ETFs, VYM, SCHD, and VOO. At the time, they made up about 27 to 28% of the portfolio, and I made it a goal to increase my ETF positions this month. So I focused there a bit more heavily than usual, somewhat of a change from my usual strategy, but I want to get a little heavier into ETFs. Now they're at about 30%, so I managed to bring them up a little, focusing mostly on the dividend ETFs, SCHD and VYM. I've been buying both of these ETFs each week. And for the other 25 stocks in here, I've added $30 into each one, slowly building these up. And let's see what's been doing well. We have a lot more red this month than last month, but to me, this is a good thing. We have one standout, and that is Broadcom, ticker AVGO. I'm up 42.5% on this guy, and they had an amazing month after announcing a new deal with Apple. Shares they've skyrocketed. Not quite like Nvidia, but they've been doing really amazing. Also, double-digit returns from Mondelez International, the maker of Oreos, and Comcast Corporation. Very pleased with these ones. And while value and dividend stocks had a bad month, tech stocks did really well, so my next best performer is the tech-heavy VOO S&P 500 index, up nearly 6% on my position. This is definitely a year where VOO is outperforming the SCHDs and the VYMs, at least so far, but I'm buying both, and there is, in my opinion, great value in owning both of these. And I think if you wanted to simplify this greatly, you could really just own SCHD and VOO and call it a day. I think you do pretty damn well. And if I could only buy 2 funds, that's where my money would be. But I also like having VYM in the mix here as well for that extra diversification, and it's dividend focused, as this is a dividend focused account. And SCHD and VYM have been performing almost identically in the last year. I've been buying them in equal amounts at the same times, dripping aside. Now let's sort this in the other direction and look at what's been underperforming. A lot of my stocks have been dropping this month. I have over double-digit losses in Walgreens, AT&T, and Amgen. Now Amgen, I'm reasonably confident is going to turn things around. I think they're in an interesting place right now. Walgreens and AT&T, on the other hand, these have been yield value traps historically. We'll see what happens. These are all small positions, right? They do bring in nice income. My energy stocks are also down, both Kinder Morgan and Chevron approaching 10%. These are ones I also feel good about adding into. Really, the only 2 here I'm getting iffy on are AT&T and Walgreens. The rest of this red I welcome. I hope it continues because it allows us to lock in better starting yields, lower our average costs, because we're thinking long term. 10 years from now, I expect the majority, if not all of these positions, will have done quite well for us. I'm going to quickly show you my performance tab here. It shows a few interesting things. I break down the performance each month. It gives me a nice picture of the growth of the account. I record where we start and then add in the contributions of that month and the end value. The performance is basically the end value minus the start value plus contributions. This gives us a true picture of the performance, I think. And it also lets me see how my forward income has grown every year. We entered the year projected to get less than $100 of forward income. And every month we've grown this, and now it's almost $300 a month. It's really exciting to think about where these numbers will be at the end of the year, another 7 months away. If I was to guess, I'm thinking we're going to be around $15,000 and a forward annual income of around $500. At least that's my performance tab. All right, the fun part. Let's look at the dividends we received in May and what we can expect to get in the month of June. Now, May is part of that February, May, August, November payment schedule, and this is the least active months for dividend income in this particular account. We received dividends from 5 companies in the month of May. On the 1st, I received $2.80 from AT&T, ticker T. On May 12th, I received 78 cents from Agri Realty. This is one of 2 monthly payers in the account. On May 15th, I received $3.48 from Kinder Morgan, ticker KMI. And I also received $1.46 from Procter & Gamble, ticker PG, on that day. On May 18th, I received $1.47 from Main Street Capital. So the total dividends received in the month of May were $9.99. a weak month, but it is a $5 improvement over February, which was the last time I received dividends from this group of payers. It's nice to see these dividend payments getting larger as the account grows. Let's switch to my forward income. I'll show you. We can get an idea of how June is going to look, and it's going to set up to be a record month for the account. Back in March, we did $26.96 in dividend income, and I expect for the month of June, we'll be getting over $40. March, June, September, and December are our strongest months. That's when most of the companies and the SCHD and VYM ETFs pay out. So this will be a nice infusion of extra cash into the account this way. Will depend on those next declarations from SCHD and VYM, exactly how big they'll be, but that's one downside of the ETFs is they're a little less predictable in what they're going to pay, if you consider that a downside. That is our dividend income. I'm going to bring it back into the dashboard here. I have this nice graph that shows what we just looked at here in a different way. And here I also track the dividends that we collect each month. Pretty fun to see those first couple months we just got a few pennies, and now we're starting to see some real money brought in via passive dividend income, and it is a beautiful thing. I want to hear down in the comments, guys, what stocks are you purchasing right now? And also, are you taking advantage of these lower prices on SCHD? I really love seeing it dip below that $70 mark. Definitely try and take advantage of that. And these aren't the only investments I made in the month of May. Another place I put some money is my Roth IRA, and I have a video coming out on that one. There'll be the one after the next video, and I'm going to update you on where that stands. And I think we're going to end it here. Thanks for sticking around, allowing me to share my own personal dividend investing journey with you guys. It is a real pleasure. Let's keep stacking those dividends, all right? Have a wonderful day, my friends, and until next time, keep investing.